If you love the Swamp Rabbit Trail, why not live next to it? I'm going to talk about some of the best communities that are near the Swamp Rabbit Trail or even have direct access to it. If you're watching this video and you haven't heard of the Swamp Rabbit Trail, it truly is amazing, and I get that feedback from people that are visiting here all the time and even from locals. What I've heard so many people say is, I'll be honest, I have a rails to trails in my town and I just kind of thought it was going to be like that, and then I went on the Swamp Rabbit Trail and I was amazed. What makes the Swamp Rabbit Trail so amazing is that by the time they continue with all the spurs and additions, it's really going to run through the vast majority of Greenville County. Some things that make it really unique and really incredible is that you have some really scenic views as you're walking along the trail. A lot of people love to go for runs, they like to push a stroller with their kids, or even go biking on the trail. I think what you're going to see over time as Greenville continues to grow and there's more traffic and more cars on the road, that people are actually going to start utilizing the Swamp Rabbit Trail as a source to get from point A to point B. I'm already hearing people do this where they're commuting into downtown for work or for fun, and they're actually utilizing the trail already. So we're seeing more and more of that happen. When you're on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, what is really incredible is as you go north, you actually are in the main town of Travelers Rest. And as they continue to add on these spurs, it'll actually go into downtown Simpsonville as well. And it runs right by what we call Malden's downtown, which is Bridgeway Station. So there's so many attractions that are right off the trail. So you'll see people being super active, and maybe they stop in for lunch, or maybe they go to a bike shop because they need to get a quick tune-up, or they want to go and have a beer at one of the local breweries. There's just so many options, which makes the trail so attractive. Now that you know what makes the Swamp Rabbit Trail so amazing and incredible, let's talk about the specific communities that you could live in that would allow you access to the trail. The first area I want to talk about is the Unity Park area. If you look on a map on Google, you'll see southern side. So that whole area, Unity Park has grown over the last couple of years. That really came into fruition. It was done as a tribute, and it's really become an attraction. It's become a really popular place for locals and people visiting. And that whole area, we've seen a lot of new developments. We're seeing even more that are coming there. We've seen some revitalization, and we've seen a lot of opportunities there with so many things that are nearby and just a quick access to downtown. People really love the walkability of that area and just the quick access to the trail. There is access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail right beside the Croc Center, so people will park at the Croc Center, and whether they go and participate there or they walk on the trail, there's also some other areas that you can park nearby, or of course, a lot of people where they live can just walk right directly from their home directly onto the trail. Let's move to our second location, which is West Greenville, which is really close to where Unity Park is. So it offers a lot of the same benefits. The other thing is the west side of Greenville, depending on where you're at, is even closer to like the main downtown where Falls Park is at. So a lot of people are really gravitating to this area, and we've seen a lot of growth over the last 5 years in this general location. You're seeing more developments that are happening there. We've seen everything from like high-rise, kind of 3-story level townhouses with a rooftop that is built for people to actually walk on, gather, and sometimes even put hot tubs and a lot of other features up there. So that's been a really big attraction for people. That is considered the art district of Greenville, so you get a very different culture and vibe there because of all the art that's happening. That side has its own little strip and its own little downtown as well, where they have some restaurants, some local art, and some local shops, and even a coffee shop in there. So people are really like that and have loved to see the growth that's happening in that area. For our third location, we're going to stay in downtown. Let's talk about the Hampton Pinckney location. People really love this because of the history. You've got buildings that are from the early 1900s that are there. So you have a lot of historic homes. You've got this really different culture and vibe. That area and that street even do some really cool gatherings together. I've done a video in the past about that specific neighborhood, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it because it's like a 10-minute video. But overall, a really different and unique area that offers really quick access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And if you're looking for more of a historic home, this could be a great location for you. Our fourth area, staying in downtown, the Augusta Road area. This is a super popular location. You'll see some of the best and highest and premium real estate in our area in this location. Because not only does the Augusta Road area offer quick access to getting to everything that we've already talked about. You have the Swamp Rabbit Trail there, you can walk into downtown. Augusta Road also has its main street where you've got all the shopping, whether that's restaurants, little boutiques. You've got a lot of different options there. You'll actually see a lot of people utilizing golf carts to get from point A to point B. People really like that there's some really highly acclaimed school systems in that area as well. And it just overall has a lot of history. You'll see some newer homes that have been revitalized. You'll see some older homes in the early 1950s, 40s, bungalow style. You'll see a lot of different types of architecture that's there. And you have the Augusta Country Club in that area and so many other really amazing attractions that people are really gravitating towards. So that is definitely one. If you want to be in the higher end of the budget of what it kind of costs to live in Greenville, that is one that people really love to have on their list. For our next locations, let's go north of Greenville. Let's go to the Sans Souci area. So this area is actually, if you're looking on Google Maps, you'll see like the Berea area. It's really in there. So just slightly north of the Greenville area before you get to the Travelers Rest area. So kind of tucked in between there. There are multitudes of different spots that are located in there for different styles of neighborhoods, different types of builds, everything from brand new builds to homes that were built in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. People really gravitate to this area because it's been more affordable and it offers a very different, unique lifestyle where you can drive into downtown in less than 10 minutes. You can get to downtown Travelers Rest in less than 10 minutes, and you have great accessibility to a multitude of different locations. So that has really become a popular area that has really grown over the last few years. Next, as we just go slightly more north, we're in the Furman area. So Furman University is here in the Upstate and has a really beautiful campus. It actually has a Swamp Rabbit Trail access on it. And people really love, there are several different communities that have, you walk out of the community and you can hop right on the trail. And that's become really popular. You've got some very mature landscaping there. You've got some really beautiful scenery and you've got some mountain views in that area that really kind of gravitates people to that specific location. You also see a little bit less traffic congestion in that area. It's not quite as commercialized and developed. There's a lot more residential housing. You have Furman University, and then you can kind of go north to go into downtown Travelers Rest or go south to get into downtown Greenville. But having that quick access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail also makes this a super attractive location. The next place on our list is downtown Travelers Rest. If you were really close to the downtown area, you can walk right through the downtown, you can walk right on the trail, you can walk into Furman University. It just offers you a lot of accessibility. All the things that I mentioned about the Furman University area where you have mature landscaping, less traffic congestion, different styles of architecture, a little bit more space between the homes, all those things apply in this location as well. That makes it really popular for a lot of people. You'll see a lot of people who want a very active lifestyle. They want to get to Paris Mountain quickly. They want to be on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. They really want to gravitate to this area because of all the outdoor activities they can do. You can even go kayaking. There's a local kayak place in the downtown that you can rent kayaks from. So people really love this. I've done a whole video on the downtown area of Travelers Rest, so I won't dive into every little point, but overall, that's a really popular area that people really gravitate to. So I've gone through several different communities that already have really quick access to the trail. Now I'm gonna give you some bonus content here and give you some new communities that are upcoming with some of the additions of the spurs and some of the communities that are being built. The first one that I wanna talk about is the North Main area. Right now, the city is in works and they've already announced some plans. They need public approval for all of this, and they need the public to give some input of how this is all going to come together. So it won't happen immediately, but overall, the North Main area, they're expected to have a spur extension of the Swamp Rabbit Trail put in there. North Main is such a really attractive area. You have mature trees that are lining the streets and just have some really beautiful homes there. Overall, that's such an attractive area. There's already great walkability there to get into the downtown area, with being slightly outside where you can get a little bit larger of a lot and a little less premium for buying a house in that area. So this is going to be a huge addition to the North Main area. The next area fits very nicely with the one we just spoke about. So they're considering this the orange line of the Swamp Rabbit Trail extension spur. And the plan is for North Main and the Overbrook area. So Overbrook is the area that I'm speaking to now that will connect. So this is really going to connect basically the vast majority of the downtown area to where they can have access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, just making Overbrook an even more exciting and great opportunity for people to buy in. Another neighborhood that is going to have an extension onto the Swamp Rabbit Trail that's actually going to run through the Verde area is in the Gower Estates community. This is already a really popular area of Greenville because that neighborhood is really connected. They do a lot of community events. It is known in Greenville as being one of the best places to do Halloween. You're right there on Lawrence Road, so you have access to so many, whether it's a national retailer, local boutiques, and you have super, super quick access to downtown Greenville. And now you're gonna have the Swamp Rabbit Trail where you can actually walk into downtown Greenville in the next few years, making Gower an even more popular destination for buyers. Our last two communities are in the works. They're brand new construction communities. So if you're looking for a new construction option that's gonna have access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail or super, super close access, these are two communities that you really need to watch for. Before I dive into these two communities, if my team and I can help you with anything and all of your real estate needs, we have a consultation link that's down below in the description, so just schedule a call with us. Now, let's get back to those two communities. The first one is Mulberry Estates. This is being built by DRB Homes. This is going to be in the extension where Simpsonville and Fountain Inn are at from the Swamp Rabbit Trail perspective. So this extension will walk all the way into downtown Simpsonville. This is going to be super attractive because there are very little communities with just a direct access path to the trail. This is going to be one of them. And it's at a really affordable price point with a new construction home that's really close to downtown Simpsonville and Fountain Inn. And you have really quick access to I-385. I know that this is going to be a super popular community. I actually already have buyers that are under contract buying in that community today. There are homes that you could buy and move into now that are already built, or you can build from the ground up in this community at this point of filming this video. The next community is one that is not currently selling any homes, but is going to be an amazing location. If someone's looking for a townhouse, this is being built by Stanley Martin. The community is called Mayberry Village. This community, I don't have a ton of details yet because I've not released them to the public, but we see the buildings going up. They're brick. It looks like there's going to be 3 to 4 different townhouse style units, and it has got super, super quick access. You walk right down the hill and there's a great access point to the Swamp Rabbit Trail. It's near the Croc Center, and you can just walk the other direction and you could head right into Falls Park in the main part of Main Street of downtown. This is going to be a super popular destination. I don't imagine that these homes will stay around very long, as it's a super unique location and we don't tend to find homes in our area, new construction, that are this close to downtown Greenville at this affordable of a price point. They're saying they're gonna be built in the $600,000 price point range, but of course nothing has been released yet and everything is contingent upon when they release it and the features that are added to it. So there you have it, some really exciting communities that are near the trail, are going to be near the trail, or being built currently. I'm curious, which of these sounds most attractive to you? Drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.